Hello, Graveyard Talkers, and welcome to another episode of Graveyard Talk, and I'm your host, Randy. Well, we're visit number 2, video number 2, in Redford Cemetery, Redford, Michigan. As you all know, is my last video kind of went crazy. So Topa's here with me, but I just wanted to show you Topa really quick. Topa is trained to stay at my left side. There's Topa. I don't know what's going on out there to the field where she's looking at right now, but there's something going on out there. And the reason I know something is up is because when I was up the hill doing the first video, some of you may have noticed that I kept looking over to my right. So Topa is trained to do several things, but one thing she's trained to do is stay on my left side. That's my weak side. That's where she's supposed to stay. But for whatever reason, Topa is staying on my right side. And I kept looking over my shoulder to make sure she was there. And of course, I got into the video. I started listening. And when I was done with the video, I shut the camera off. I stood up. No Topa. Topa never leaves my side. Now right now Topa has moved. She's looking at a squirrel. Topa won't run after the squirrel. She doesn't like squirrels. She hates squirrels, but she won't run after them. So you can see now Topa has changed positions a little bit. And she's looking back over that way, but she was just looking over to her left. There's a squirrel out there. But Topa was nowhere to be found. I looked down at my car, which is about 20 yards from me here. I looked down at my car and Topa's sitting at the door of my car. Now Topa is trained to take me to my car when I have issues. She can either take me to a chair. If there's no chair, she can take me to the car. Topa went to the car without me. That tells me she was scared. Something was upsetting her. And because I was busy doing something, she wanted to go to the car. Now, of course, as soon as I called her, she came up to me. So, anyway, so I'm down here at the place I was before. This is Bill behind me. I don't know this is the Bill that was stabbed. But I'm hoping that down here, this is where I was talking to the spirit that I believe was the woman who cries, who was buried in Tennessee, or was buried here, and her family moved back down to Tennessee. So with that, to all the spirits in this part of the cemetery, if you remember me from the other day, my name is Randy. I'm here to talk to you all and get your story. I'm really interested in talking to the spirit I was talking to the other day that was upset because she's here alone and her family is in Tennessee. I don't know if they're alive. I don't know if they're buried in Tennessee. I don't know what, but she's here alone. So to that spirit, are you still here?
And lights.
Well, I thought I heard here. I'm here. But then I also thought I heard not again, hun. So I want to remind everybody that I do not believe that when the spirits do talk to me, if it's a female spirit, that she's always going to be in a female voice. If it's a male spirit, they're always going to be in a male voice. I believe they go through the devices, they grab, and I'm going to do a video on the equipment that I use soon. But I believe they grab what they can from the equipment that is what the point of what they're trying to get across. So would the spirit like to tell me again why she is upset?
Just ask. Run. To that line. Difficult.
All right. Now, I'm only assuming that the family had moved back down to Tennessee after her death, and that they were probably buried in Tennessee.
You play with
Would you like to tell me again the name of the crying lady? Because I believe this is the crying lady. The name of the crying lady, the spirit who cries. Can somebody tell me why she is crying?
about well, history.
Well, we did hear Mary Ellen earlier, so we know she's here to help do this. She seems to follow us around. So we know because Mary Ellen can be heard here. She can be heard down in Georgia. She can be heard in Texas, in Alabama, in Mississippi when I go to New Orleans. I heard her in New Orleans. I heard her in Kentucky when I was down in Kentucky. So we know she can travel around. So if the crying spirit needs help, she can help you. But we would like to hear your story. Would you like to tell your story again?
History is
I heard crying and I heard help me. And one of the things that, and I'm going to just bring this up, the video earlier that I did here a little bit ago, and today's, I'm hearing the word prison a lot. I've never heard prison before. So we're still trying to find out, am I correct in that for the crying lady, the spirit who cries here in this cemetery, you are alone here, your family is no longer with you?
Remember,
Do I understand that it was Tennessee they went to? I heard Tennessee the last time I was here. Did they go back to Tennessee and leave you here in this cemetery?
good. That's kind of like this.
And is it my understanding that you want your body, your remains, taken back to Tennessee? Who left you here? Who buried you? Was it your husband who buried you? Was it your parents who buried you? Who buried you here in the Redford Cemetery? Well, I can help you, but Mary Ellen can help you with your spirit. Are you able, as a spirit, to visit your family?
Like it.
So I heard somebody say we have to go. I didn't hear anything definitive out of that, whether or not she would like Mary Ellen or any other spirit in here that can help her reunite. Maybe she already did from my last visit. Did you already reunite with your family from my last visit?
Was well.
All right, so twice now I've heard the name Adrian, and this time I heard Adrian needs help. Who is Adrian? All right, so I heard help me, help. Is Adrian the crying lady? Can I get somebody to say crying lady? Can I get a spirit to tell me crying lady?
So, nine. So,
That just
Let's try it this way. Can I get any spirit here in this cemetery just to say the words crying spirit to let me know that I am reaching the spirit in the cemetery that's upset? Just say crying spirit. Well, we'll sit and listen to all that. Now, I don't always get exact words. You know, as I said before, you don't get, you ask the spirit what they're doing. They don't say, I'm walking to the store. I have had them walking to town. But if I say, something to them, what are you doing right now? I don't get, I'm sitting in a chair watching you. I'm standing next to you. I might get bits and pieces of that, but I don't get full sentences because I think the energy that they need to express themselves takes a lot out of them, and that's why sometimes you hear a spirit for a few minutes because the energy it takes for them to expel, to get out what they need to tell me. And you hear so many different voices and so much crosstalk because I'm in a cemetery. It's probably got 2,000 or 3,000 people in it. I have to look up the number. I don't know. It's got quite a few people in here. Quite a few spirits are in here. So, and I think when they get the opportunity to get their point across, to get what they want to say, they're all just talking. And to me, you and me, it doesn't make much sense. So I really would like to hear from the crying lady. We'll try one more time. The crying spirit. Were you able to reach your family in Tennessee from my last visit?
Andy.
Sometimes I really wish we could get more of a story, but we just can't. It's just impossible, I think. It's not always easy for them. And just because they came through before doesn't mean they can come through again or that they want to come through again. A lot of times I'm told to get the hell out of the cemetery. And A lot of times I'm being told sometimes it's time to leave. Somebody said earlier, time to leave, but I don't think they were talking to me. Any other spirits would like to come forth, and this is Halloween time. What do you think? What do you think about people who celebrate spirits for Halloween? How did it differ from when you were alive? Those of you who knew of Halloween, when it was a lot, when you were alive to now.
So, looking, and yeah, grandma.
Now I've heard before, as I heard this time, terrible. Last time I asked that up on the hill, terrible, sad. So it doesn't sound like the spirits care too much for Halloween, and I did hear you in there, Grandma. So it doesn't sound like the spirits like Halloween too much.
More than a sensitive sounded.
Something about people, sensible, and milkshake. So it sounds like somebody needs a milkshake. Who needs a milkshake? Me. I heard people, someone, people, me, everyone. What's your favorite flavor of milkshake?
Grandma.
There's all kinds of flavors of milkshake. Let's try her again. Grandma, I heard you in there. Hello, Grandma. How are you? Of course, if that's my grandma, she knows my nickname. Grandma, if you know my nickname, you can go ahead and put it in there. And for you other spirits, what's your favorite flavor of milkshake? I don't know that I heard it on the first time. I'll ask again. What's your favorite flavor of milkshake?
That's just stretch.
Well, we'll listen to that. I heard peaches in there. Peach. And of course, if that is my grandmother, which I believe it is, if that's my grandmother coming through, then she can come up with my nickname. I don't know I asked her if I've ever asked her that before, but it's a very unique nickname. And that's a name only she called me. So she'll know what that is. So Halloween, we know they don't like it. So what I'm going to do to the spirits here is I'm going to let the spirit box run for about a minute. This will be your time. Grandma, you can chime in there during that. This will be your time to say whatever you want to say for the next minute.
We move. So, 30 and that life Top wheel. So
Pirate there at the end. I did not hear my grandmother in there with my nickname, but I'll know more when I listen to it. So, hey, look, I want to thank everybody for joining me. I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but this is my journey. This is my journey for me to find out what's going to happen to me when I pass on. Because I don't want it to be just nothing. I want to know when it's my time and I close my eyes that there's something else there for me. If Topa goes before me, that when I go, Topa's waiting for me. I've had many dogs, but none that has been, with the exception of Deacon Dog, none that has been as loyal to me as Topa has. So with that, again, I want to thank you all for joining me on Graveyard Talking. Hey, look, if you like what I'm doing here, I don't have that many subscribers. If you like what I'm doing and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm not going to spam you. Just trying to get those numbers up. The more numbers I get, the more other people will see. If you like what I'm doing, give it a thumbs up. Hey, look, if you don't like what I'm doing, give it a thumbs down. Let me know what you think in the comments. As long as it's not nasty, everything is appreciated. With that, I'll see all of you on the next one.